This was a wild friggin' game, Dan.
Yeah.
This was Arizona State 26, Texas Tech 22. So, if you didn't watch, here's what happened. Texas Tech storms back from a 12-point hole late in the game. They take a lead, 22-19.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, let's back up just real quick. Sam Leavitt is essentially a Friday morning decision,
Yes.
right? It was Jeff Sims last week, and they got shellacked. Sam Leavitt does not look fully healthy, but looks gutty and aggressive in any way he can, given his injuries. And it is not a Baron Morton game for Texas Tech. It is a Will Hammond game starting at quarterback, who looked great in that Utah game, but in subsequent reps and appearances has looked less than stellar.
They give the ball back to Sam Leavitt.
Yeah.
With a 22-19 lead. In 86 seconds, he drives the field, 10 plays, 75 yards. It is mostly Sam Leavitt and Jordyn Tyson. Jordyn Tyson, by the way, was playing on one leg out there.
He was injured.
He was limping around most of the second half. They cap that off, a touchdown run with 34 seconds left from Rayleigh Brown. In the end, ASU wins 26-22. Again, another top 10 team going down. The fans stormed the field. I think they tore down the goalposts. On the point of Sam Leavitt, you're right. He was, like you said, a Friday morning decision. One of the reasons that I thought we both favored Texas Tech in this game was a point that you brought up about Sam Leavitt was even if he were going to play, given the fact that he just had a boot on his leg, we didn't expect that Sam Leavitt would be the best of Sam Leavitt, which is he likes to move around. He'll throw his body around. He plays a very physical brand of quarterback. We did see a little bit more of that than I expected, right?
It was physical, yeah.
There were comments from Kenny Dillingham earlier in the week that he was getting first-team reps, and we kind of side-eyed that because we heard that a week prior.
Right.
But Kenny Dillingham did make mention of the fact that Sam Leavitt looked a lot more like himself. And that was kind of my impression here, just watching him out there. Maybe not 100%, but definitely looked more like the Sam Leavitt that I think everybody gets so excited about. And certainly on that final drive where they went down the field 75 yards very quickly, it was all the reasons that people have been excited about ASU, you know, especially on offense. They were able to get the job done in a really big way. And then if you look at it, I guess, from the other perspective, like Tech couldn't really do much on offense until later in this game. They finished with less than 300 yards, 276, give or take. Maybe I got that number wrong, but
uneven play calling and execution, I would say.
Uneven. Yeah. Again, it wasn't until late that they really switched this on. I think the combination of not really getting much, if anything, going on the ground with Will Hammond getting the start, it felt like they were very arrhythmic. It felt like Arizona State had a good game plan to try and minimize.
I love the arrhythmics, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It just felt like Arizona State had a really good game plan for what they expected Texas Tech was going to try and do on offense. And, came on late, but ultimately weren't able to get the job done. It was Arizona State winning this one at home, getting a big dub.
It was, by the way, that play, I think it was Sam Leavitt rolling out to the right on 4th and 2. Yes. Jordyn Tyson sort of improvising, going down the sideline for a big gain on, again, you mentioned one leg. But yeah, it was Sam Leavitt, just the plays that he made throwing the ball downfield. I know I make these baseball allusions all the time, right? But it looked like a right fielder in the corner, just throwing everything he had into a throw to get it home, throwing internal organs around to get it downfield. And it worked. There is something gutty, and there is something that you see sort of Kenny Dillingham's personality shining through with this team.
You really do. You really do.
I don't think it changes much for the Big 12 and for Texas Tech. I know it's going to affect tiebreakers now, right? It's that Utah destroys Texas Tech late. Texas Tech destroys Utah late. Utah destroys Arizona State, albeit without Sam Leavitt. And now ASU beats Texas Tech. So we always knew this was going to be a sort of mess at the top because there aren't enough quality teams in the Big 12. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we had Holy War tonight as well, which will affect things. But I think Texas Tech is in, depending on Baron Morton's health moving forward, which is perennial career question for Baron Morton and Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech is still a pace. I never thought they were going to go 12-0. I don't think Texas Tech fans really anticipated them going undefeated throughout the season, even though hopes, obviously were raised and expectations were raised these first few games. I don't think it changes much. Texas Tech at full quality, and if they're calling a good game, can beat a lot of teams in this country.
100%. And this is a really nice win for Arizona State. ASU has, I think, fallen off a little bit just in terms of the national conversation because of some of the losses and some of the games they've played here in the early going. But
just win.
Yeah, you win a game like this, you get back on the radar, back in the conversation pretty quickly.